Oh, nice. It's 5:30, so we'll call to order this meeting for June 2nd. Jordan, would you start us off with the roll call?
Please respond by stating present. Councilmember Ronayne.
Present.
Foberg.
Present.
Liebelt.
Present.
Ward.
Present.
Johnson.
Present.
Langer.
Present.
Nordstrup.
Present.
Mayor Shauneman.
Present, please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Take a motion to approve this week's agenda.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion Liebelt, second Ward. Anyone have anything before we take a vote? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We've got the approval of last week's meeting, which occurred on May 27th. I'll take a motion to approve those minutes.
Move to approve.
Knobstrup, would you take a second on
Sure.
that one? Motion Ward, second Knobstrup. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We have one speaker at our open forum. It's a couple of items from Senator Carl Perry. Carl, welcome to the meeting. Glad you're here. Press the green button to make sure that we can hear you. What have you got this evening?
Thank you very much. It is good to be here, and I have three short things. First thing is one that most of you know, but just to make sure, tomorrow is the last day of voting. If you live in the Southwest or the Southeast, make your voice heard. And then number two is tomorrow is the prison reset. It's the third meeting for the state, and it's in Pierre. And Representative Nostrup and myself are heading at 7 o'clock in the morning. We're going to learn more about it. I figured anytime we're going to spend $800 million, that we should at least go to the meeting and figure out what's going on. And then the third thing is, you probably already know, Boise State, Northern State University, and Legion are putting on a really good program. It highlights some of our best people in the state, and it'll be here all this week. And Thursday, I think Nostrup has a portion, and Thursday and Friday, I have a portion. Nostrup is on Wednesday. I'm on Thursday and Friday. So it'll be as exciting and interesting, so pay attention. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. And it is exciting news. Boise State remains in Aberdeen. I know there's been some efforts to pry that thing away and send it elsewhere, but always glad to have it at Northern. We've got a handful of consent calendar items here tonight. Some renewals. We've got a bid date for an airport project, lottery notice, some new contractor licenses, as well as a community event permit for our concert series, which is always fun to have here in Aberdeen, and a public hearing date for a transfer on off sale malt beverage license. I would take a motion to approve those consent calendar items.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a notion from Councilman Ronayne, second Councilwoman Liebelt. Does anyone have anything on any of these items or line item abstentions?
Mr. Mayor?
Councilman Ward.
Yep, just abstain on item A.
Item
All,
A.
all
and
of A.
Make note of that there, Jordan. And Aaron?
Mr. Mayor,
Councilwoman Foberg?
I'm going to abstain from E.
All right, we will make note of that abstention. With those in place, all in favor to approve the remainder or entirety of the consent calendar item, please say aye.
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 Those opposing, please say nay. Motion carries. We'll move along to our old business segment of the meeting where we have our second reading and final adoption of an ordinance which will rezone property at 1812 6th Avenue Southeast to make way for a Legends Liquor parking lot south of their property. Ken, anything special with that one?
Thank you, Mayor. I have no changes to report from first reading.
Move to approve.
Second.
A motion Ward, second Liebelt. Anyone from the council have any questions on this one or any final words before we take our vote, which will effectually pass the thing. Jordan, would you give us a roll call?
Councilmember Ronayne.
Aye.
Fauberg.
Aye.
Liebelt.
Aye.
Ward.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Langer.
Aye.
Norpstrup.
Aye.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion carries. Second is our second reading and final adoption of an ordinance which would rezone the property at the former Journey Church, 502 Melgard Road. We had a bit of a discussion about that last time as well. Ken, any changes?
No changes to report.
Any community input?
Nope.
Sounds good.
I'll move to approve this.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Johnson, second from Councilman Ward. Any final thoughts before we take our vote? Jordan?
Councilmember Norpstrup.
Aye.
Langer.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ward.
Aye.
Liebelt.
Aye.
Fauberg.
Abstain.
Ronayne.
Aye.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion carries. Please note the abstention for Councilwoman Fauberg. Next, new business, we've got item A, which is a public hearing and possible approval of a one-day on-sale malt beverage license for the summer concert series. Those will take place on June 26th, July 10th, and July 24th, and as usual, at the intersection of 6th Avenue and 4th Avenue, as well as 5th Street, east and west, all the ways to the alleys. Take a motion to approve that one-day license.
Second.
Got a motion, Councilman Nostrip, second, Councilman Ward. Does anyone have anything or anyone here to speak? Apparently that guy wasn't here to speak on behalf of it.
Yeah, he was for the last item.
All right, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, possible approval to request to authorize a purchase and approve payment to Visto's Trailer Sales of West Fargo for $43,690.42 for a USAR trailer for our fire department. Fire Chief Joel Weig is here to talk to us about that trailer purchase. Joel, what do you need this trailer for?
This trailer will handle all of our USAR equipment and lumber that we use for our South Dakota Task Force 1 team, which we can respond to anywhere in the city of Aberdeen, county, region, state if requested. It replaces our current trailer, which is 10 feet shorter. We're just ran out of room with our current trailer.
And what will become of the existing trailer?
We will use it for storage for other purposes in the fire department.
Then there's plenty of space in the parking lot, or where do these things store?
Station number 2.
Okay. Thank you for that clarification. Would someone from the council be willing to make a motion to make this purchase?
I'll
I
move
would
it.
move to approve.
No, you're too late, Councilman Liebelt. We already
Well,
had one. By the
put
time
me
you were
down for second.
Done with all that. It's Councilman Johnson, second Councilwoman Liebelt. Any other questions for the fire chief? All right. Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote?
Councilmember Norpstrup.
Aye.
Langer.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ward.
Aye.
Liebelt.
Aye.
Fauberg.
Aye.
Ronayne.
Aye.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion does carry. Thanks for joining us, Joel.
you.
Good to see you as always. Next, possible approval for Huber Technology Incorporated to rebuild 2 Huber screw press dewatering units, $69,309.69 investment for the labor and parts of that. We've got wastewater treatments director Amanda here. What have you got? Can you walk us through that screw press dewatering unit?
Thank you, Mayor. We have 2 Huber screw presses that dewater the last process at the wastewater treatment, and they've been on since May of 22, and there's not been any major service done to them at this point, so there's some wear parts and whatnot on it that needs replacement. They're pretty substantial, so Huber comes out and gives us an annual inspection, and they've suggested that both presses need a total rebuild of the wear parts on it. And to do this, they have to be hoisted out of the unit itself with a crane and everything. So it would be critical to have them on site for the training and for the service of the equipment.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Ronayne, second Councilman Ward. Has this process been undertaken with these particular screw presses in the past?
No, we have not.
Never has. And how old are these machines?
Well, we started process in 22, May of 22.
Okay. And in terms of the longevity of these things, that seems in line with what they explained when they came to do their inspection.
Yes.
All right, we've got a motion and a second. Does anyone else have any questions? Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote to approve that quote?
Councilmember Ronayne,
Aye.
Foberg,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Langer,
Aye.
Norvstrup,
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion carries. Thanks for joining us. Next is our possible approval of a pay request totaling $75,499.54, as well as a change order to accompany that $8,928. This is for our quadrant project to CWF Masonry. Stu, how is that project coming along this year?
It's going really well. This is for roughly the first half of the project that they've completed so far. They've moved on and are doing some more quadrants on North Lincoln Street basically from First Avenue up to my 13th or 14th Avenue, I think. So doing quite a bit more work here. The change order is we ran into some 8-inch concrete that was underneath the asphalt that we didn't realize was there. That had to be, take some of that material out to be able to fit the new quadrants in. So that's what the change order was for. And we'd recommend approval of payment for that part of the project.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Johnson, second Councilman Ward. Any questions or comments from anyone on the council? Jordan?
Councilmember Norvstrup,
Aye.
Langer,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Foberg,
Aye.
Ronayne,
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion carries. Next is our review and approval of our bills and payroll. Take a motion to make those payments, please.
Second.
Motion, Councilman Norvstrup, second Councilwoman Langer. Jordan?
Councilmember Ronayne,
Vote aye on everything except I abstain as to the payment to Plains Commerce Bank.
Councilmember Foberg,
I accept for the payment to Dakota Bank.
Councilmember Liebelt,
I vote for all of it.
100%.
Ward,
I'm going to vote for all of it too. Aye.
Johnson,
All in as well.
Langer,
Aye.
Norvstrup,
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Make me a little self-conscious about my line item abstention. I'm not going to vote. I'll abstain to the payment to sewer duct, but the rest, aye. Motion does carry. Next, we've got our city manager's report. Robin, what is going on this first meeting of June?
Okay, well, we've got a few board meetings, actually a couple board meetings this week. Parks and Rec will be on Wednesday and the airport board will be on Thursday. The library board meeting is pushed to next week due to lack of quorum. Senator Perry mentioned the election tomorrow. As a result of that, I believe the mayor will be calling a special meeting on Friday, for canvassing those votes. A lot of the council and I had discussions with the Aberdeen Development Corporation this past week about what their future plans are for some of the things they're planning on doing in the upcoming year and years. And then we had 2 certificates of appreciation that we did this past week. Both of them in the public works arena. One was for Scott Ganji out at water reclamation. I'm sorry, old habits die hard here. Water reclamation, and he was with us in the pipe department for a couple years, and then has been out at wastewater or water reclamation for the last 10 plus. Congratulations, Scott. And then we also had one today with Cody Dvorak, who is also in the Public Works Department and works in pipe. So congratulations to those two, and that is the extent of my report.
Mr. Mayor, may I follow up on the special meeting?
Sure, because last I heard, we had Rob, Alan, and Rich, so we need one more. It cannot be Councilwoman Langer, but David, Charlotte, you'll step in. So I will officially call that meeting then. So it looks like it'll be Friday, June 6th at 10 a.m. It will take place in the county courthouse in the
Brown County Commissioners.
Brown County Commissioners meeting in the room in the first floor. Did you have anything to add to that?
I was just going to add that as part of the agenda that we'll put together for that special meeting, we will put some possible discussion items, and again, depending on the canvassing and the election results, the council could, and if we have enough people there, 6 people, the council could at that special meeting potentially fill the vacancy in the Southwest District. If we don't have enough, that's fine, we can still do that, but we just wanted to let the potential winner, if it's a clear winner of that, know that they might want to step in and they could start actually acting in that capacity as soon as they did the oath and certification. So just wanted to put that up there for you, depending on how the election goes tomorrow.
Councilman Knopstrup, will you be able to make that meeting? Okay.
Yeah, I told Jordan right before this meeting.
Jordan, geez, I didn't hear a word from you on that. Okay, so we will add David and Charlotte to that roster. And Aaron, don't feel left out. If you can make it, you're welcome to come.
She
and
can't.
She's on a flight.
Oh, well,
She
just
can't.
who knows what'll happen between now and then, you know?
Yeah.
Could be anything. So
We'll see how good Delta's Wi-Fi service is.
there we go. There we go. So with that, we are set for Friday at 10 at the county courthouse to approve some election results. I would take a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion.
Wait a second.
Ward, second Knopstrup. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.